Imagine dying and taking $250 million with you to the grave. Not in cash, not in gold, but inside your head. In December 2018, a 30-year-old computer nerd named Gerald Cotton landed in Jaipur, India. He was there for his honeymoon. He was happy. He was wealthy. He was the CEO of Quadriga CX, the largest cryptocurrency bank in Canada. 12 days later, Gerald was dead. The official report said it was complications from Crohn's disease. A tragedy for a young man. But the tragedy turned into global panic when his wife, Jennifer, sat down at his computer. She tried to log in. She couldn't. She looked for a piece of paper with a backup code. There wasn't one. She realized something terrifying. Gerald was paranoid about security. He didn't trust banks, and he didn't trust lawyers. He was the only person on earth who knew the password to the company's cold wallets, the digital vaults that held the life savings of 115,000 customers. $250 million, locked inside a laptop that no one could open. This is the story of the $250 million password. Or at least, that's what we thought it was. Because when investigators finally cracked the code, they didn't find a fortune. They found a crime scene. Let's go back to the beginning. Gerald Cotton was the perfect tech genius. He built Quadriga CX in his bedroom on a MacBook. In 2017, when Bitcoin skyrocketed to $20,000, Gerald became rich overnight. His exchange was processing millions of dollars a day. He lived the life of a king. He bought a private island. He bought a yacht. He flew private jets. He traveled to India with his new wife to open an orphanage. But there was a problem back home. Customers were complaining. They tried to withdraw their money, but the bank transfers were delayed. Gerald told them it was a banking error. He told them the big banks were fighting crypto. He told them their money was safe in the cold storage vault. Then came the trip to India. According to hospital records in Jaipur, Gerald checked in with severe stomach pain. Within 24 hours, he went into cardiac arrest 3 times. On the 3rd time, his heart stopped forever. His body was taken back to the hotel. There was no autopsy. The Indian police didn't investigate. The body was embalmed quickly. And just like that, the king of crypto was gone. Back in Canada, the panic set in. 115,000 people realized their money was gone. Teachers, engineers, retirees, people who had put their entire life savings into Bitcoin on Quadriga, were left with nothing. The company filed for bankruptcy protection. They begged the court to help them hack Gerald's laptop. The FBI got involved. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police got involved. Everyone believed the money was there, just locked behind a password. But internet sleuths, the people on Reddit and Twitter, weren't buying it. They started looking at the blockchain. For those who don't know, the blockchain is a public ledger. It tracks every Bitcoin transaction in history. You can't hide money on the blockchain. The sleuths looked at the addresses of Gerald's famous cold wallets. They expected to see 25,000 Bitcoins sitting there, untouched. Instead, they saw 0. The wallets had been empty for months. Gerald didn't lose the password. There was no money to lose. The investigation revealed the dark truth. Gerald Cotton wasn't a banking genius. He was a gambler. For years, he had been taking customer money, your money, my money, and transferring it to other illegal exchanges. He was gambling with other people's life savings. He was betting on Bitcoin going up. But when Bitcoin crashed in 2018, he lost everything. He lost $100 million in bad trades. He was running a Ponzi scheme. He was using new customer deposits to pay off old customers who wanted to withdraw. But the hole got too big. He owed $250 million, and he had less than $20 million left in the bank. And that is when he went to India. This is where the story turns from a financial fraud into a conspiracy theory. The victims asked a simple question. Did Gerald Cotton really die? Think about it. He was facing 100 years in prison. He owed $250 million he couldn't pay. He traveled to a country where death certificates can be bought for a few $100s. His body was never autopsied. It was a closed casket funeral. Even his will was suspicious. He signed his last will and testament just 12 days before he died. He left everything, the yacht, the plane, the real estate, to his wife. He didn't mention the passwords once. The victims were so suspicious that they actually filed a legal request to exhume his body. They wanted to dig him up to prove it was actually him in the coffin. They believed he had faked his death, undergone plastic surgery, and was living on a beach somewhere with the missing millions. So, where is the money? Investigators managed to recover about $30 million from selling his assets. But the other $200 million? Gone. Vanished into the digital ether. His wife, Jennifer, claims she knew nothing about the fraud. She surrendered $12 million of her assets and wrote a book saying she was a victim too. The authorities cleared her of criminal charges. As for Gerald, officially, he lies in a grave in Halifax, Nova Scotia. But on the internet, the rumors never died. Was it a tragic death of a young CEO? Or was it the perfect exit scam? The passwords died with him, and the truth might be buried 6 feet under.